Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are still watching Creative Business with Lloyd Luna. This is a hard time for me. I don't know, but I can introduce this guest in two ways. I can read things about her, or I can just, mention her name. But I think the easier way would be to just mention her name, Anna Marie Periquet. Good morning.
Good morning,
I don't want
Lloyd.
it to be difficult for me. I mean, you have a long list of achievements at a very young age of
45.
45.
So proud to say that I'm 45.
But you have been a youth leader, you have been an entrepreneur, you have been a talented, not singer, dancer, but you said you can sing.
I can carry a tune.
Okay, good.
Yes, I challenge you to a karaoke fest.
Okay, let's do that outside.
Yes.
But you have a lot of achievements. What do they mean to you? If they mean anything.
Well, achievements mean a lot to me if the achievements translate to giving back to the community.
Wow, that's candidate number 3. Thank you very much.
No, but seriously, Lloyd, especially when you experience major crisis in your life, both in the personal and professional areas, you realize that achievements only matter
when it serves the purpose.
When it serves the purpose of being able to give back to others. Because when you experience losing everything, or almost everything in life, then you realize that achievement has nothing to do with income,
right,
material wealth, positions and titles. These are just all trimmings.
Right.
And then when you go back to the simple, the most basic of things in life,
right,
then you know you have achieved if you can accept any failure or challenge that comes your way.
How did you become that kind of person?
Through experience and through hard knocks.
Hard knocks.
Learning. I learned by process of assimilation from my father and my mother when we were young. And
the father is
the late Aurelio Periquet Jr.
Right.
Yes.
German, is he?
No, my father, it's actually Periquet.
Periquet.
Yes. In fact, I'm trying already to condition myself to correct that.
Yeah.
Because when my grandfather came to Manila, of course, everybody started calling him Mr. Periquet, because it's Q-U-E-T, Mr. Paraquet, Mr. Periquet, Piquet, Parquet. So now, and it became Periquet.
Right.
But now, you know, I said, I'm going back to my roots. I'm trying to introduce myself now as Periquet.
Periquet.
No, but actually, my father is French. My paternal grandmother is Spanish, Ortega. My mother is German.
Okay.
Kessel from
So
Düsseldorf.
you're like a United Colors of Benetton.
I'm an Ascal.
An Ascal.
Yeah, I'm a mixed breed.
How is it growing in such kind of a family?
Well, growing up in a mixed culture or
it is.
Mixed ethnicity was fun. Although when I was in high school, grade school and high school at the Assumption, it had its privileges. Because when they say when you're mestiza, parang it has its benefits. But then, I didn't feel like an oddball out naman. Maybe because Eurasian, diba? And when I went also to UP for college, you know, kasi I'm cowboy eh.
Right.
So I don't...
What made you cowboy?
Because my parents brought me up in such a way that we were not spoiled brats or pampered princesses.
So
I may have been
is that
born...
what we are thinking right now? I mean, people are seeing you right now.
I may look the part, I may speak the part, but I do not act the part.
Wow.
So I admit, I was born with the proverbial silver spoon or with a silver platter, but we were not treated at home that way. In other words, we may have had helpers running around, but we had to clean up after our mess. We had to, I know how to clean the toilet bowl.
Really?
I love washing the dishes. And we had to fix our own clothes.
Wow.
The laundry woman would just put the clothes on top of the bed, and we would have to fix our own clothes. And we employed the color coding system of Bayani Fernando, former
Really?
MMDA chairman. Our clothes were color coded, the German style.
Oh my God.
So we were brought up that way.
Right.
So discipline.
Let's talk about your losses.
Yeah.
What are the losses that you've had? Games that you did not win, failures that you've had that made you stronger.
Okay, I'll be very candid about that. Losses. The biggest loss in my life is losing my parents. I lost my father to cancer and my mom also to cancer. My dad passed away in 1998, my mom in 1991. Those are my biggest losses.
How did it impact your life?
Well, especially losing my father, who was my anchor. As you know, I'm the youngest of 5 girls. I'm a menopause baby. I came 11 years
Wow.
after the fourth. We're 5 girls. I don't have a brother. And you know what they say about menopause babies? Either
yeah.
you're very smart or you're retarded.
Yeah, I don't believe the retarded part.
No, actually, I was going to say, I'd like to think.
You like to think that you're the retarded.
I'm a good actress. I can camouflage. No.
Okay.
So, I was
it
daddy's
easy?
girl.
Right. Was
Yes.
it easy getting back to, the normal life that you've had when your father was
Well,
alive?
after losing my father, it was tough because I didn't know if my worth was because of my being Aurelio Periquet's daughter. So I didn't know if doors were opening up for me. Remember, I got appointed as youth sector rep, the
Right.
youngest Congress.
During the
I was the-
Ramos, is it?
Yes,
Was it?
I finished the entire term of former President
Right.
Fidel Ramos. I was the youngest in Congress then.
Right.
And one of the,
Youth representative.
yes, and we were only 24 women then. So I didn't know if I was appointed because I
of
really
the-
worked hard and FVR saw
Looking
my
back,
capabilities.
Looking back,
Well,
was it because you
no,
were worth it?
I was worth it. And when my father passed on, I launched Anna Marie Home, my flagship company, and 600 people came from government, from the private sector.
Wow.
And as Senator Magsaysay told me during the launching, he said, "You have arrived because this is Anna Marie. This is no longer Anna, the daughter of Aurelio
That was the
Periquet."
senator talking.
Yes, and that just redefined who I was.
Right.
I wasn't just always in the shadow of my father,
Right.
following in his footsteps. Because out of the 5, we're 5 girls, I was the only one who my father really trained. And at the early age of 3 years old, I was already in the boardroom of the Philippine
3 years
Chamber
old?
of Commerce and Industry.
Come on.
I was drawing, doodling, scribbling, because I was daddy's girl.
All right.
So he'd always tell the driver, "Bring Anna here to the boardroom." And then I became a board of director of PCCI. And the colleagues of my fathers who were already like 60 plus were my
And you were
colleagues.
the youngest again?
And they would come up to me and say, "Why are you arguing with us? We used to carry you when you were 3, 4, 5 years old." So,
That doesn't mean anything.
so that's how, that was the biggest loss in
Right.
my life.
And now that you have achieved so much, you are leading this organization called Young Entrepreneurs Group
Of Asia Pacific.
Pacific.
YAGAP.
Right.
Yes.